Sex. The next category is sex. Wrestle Vessel from the history of WWE wants to know, did you really sleep with a lot of women?
Over 2,000. Over 2,000.
That's a lot.
Well,
and
we
you
was
managed
lucky.
to come out without disease, without...
It was different. Well, see, what have changed, and I noticed it in when I was doing Saba Simba, and we had a girl came up to the room, and she hopped in, she took her clothes off, she had sex with one of the wrestlers. I don't want to mention his name because, you know, he's married and got kids and everything. But she had
Was it Steve Lombardi?
I'm not going to say.
Pat Patterson?
I'm not going to say. But anyway, she had sex with this wrestler. When the sex was over with, she got up, she put her clothes on, and she left. She didn't went nowhere near no water. Now, in our day, one of the things we used to do to have sex first, we used to get in the shower first. And we bathe in the shower. And then when the sex was over with, we bathe again. And what have ended up happening with the reason I think diseases are so prominent today, people are not as clean as they used to be in old days. You remember how your mom used to always say, wash behind your ears, wash your hands before you eat? You go into any restaurant today, any restaurant, there would be 100 people, and out of 100 people that come through that door, maybe one person would go in that bathroom and wash their hand before they eat. Most of them come in to grab a menu. Now that menu been touched by thousands of people. Now you hold it, you know, and you don't. People are not as clean as they were in the older days. Cleanliness had just went right out the window, especially when the kids started this grunge look, you know. Now the sloppier you are, kids wearing their pants halfway off from, you know, showing their underwear, and it's like anything that is against the norm,
right,
is out. So wash it and clean it is against the norm.
Look,
so
the ladies got to clean the coochie when they done.
They don't anymore, bro.
That's a shame. Jack Raines, what city had the best rats?
Well, I don't like to prefer to the wrestling fans as rats, because we have got a very, very bad habit of women that is attracted to you and admire you, and then we call them a rat.
Right.
You know, that and for years and years and years, wrestlers and many athletes have took advantage, have used their celebrityness to get women into their bed, and then once they have used this woman for their own pleasure, then they call her a horrible name. But that woman that they call the rat is more decent than the guy she was with, because she probably only been with maybe 2 guys that week, and that wrestler been with 7 or 8 guys that week. So who's the rat?
Good question. All right. Well, okay. So then let's just change the words. What city had the best female fans willing to visit the hotel room?
Oh my God, that's hard. Well, up north here, I would say Pittsburgh.
Really?
Oh, you couldn't even get in. You couldn't even check in. It was all full of women. And down south, I would say Atlanta, Georgia, and Charlotte.
How was Florida?
Florida was ridiculous too. They all was like that. But what it was, these women, they were just infatuated with wrestling. And the reason they were so infatuated with us is because we socialized with them. You go to any football game, you don't meet the players. You go to a basketball game, you don't meet the players. You go to a baseball game, you don't meet the player. And wrestling was one of these sports during the 70s and 80s where the fan and the wrestler could be person with each other. And so I feel it's bad for a lot of women that it being talked about. But that woman figured that maybe she would have a relationship with this guy.
Right.
You know, which didn't work out in her favor because the guys were just using her. They used his status to do that. Today they call that sexual harassment.
Let's check out the Patriot.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. There's only a handful of other Patriots in this industry. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Sergeant Slaughter, the one and only Patriot, Hulk Hogan, and of course yourself. You've traveled to all of the other countries all around the world. please, if you would, give us some famous rat stories and some other off-the-wall stories that none of us could ever fathom that would happen in the United States of America.
He wants to know some wild stories with the ladies from around the country. You've lived a lifestyle that many of the fans will never see, traveling, having women throw themselves at you all over the place, walk on you. So what are some of the wilder stories that you've experienced?
Well, it would take me 100 years to tell him what he want to know. But just to give you a prime example is that my first week in the business, I was up in the room, and one of the wrestlers brought about 3 or 4 girls up to the room. And the girls serviced both of us. Then they went out to a deli, brought back cold cuts and everything, fixed us a sandwich. They put beer in the bathtub, iced down the beer for us. And that was my first week, and nothing beats the first week. Because here I'm an old country boy from Virginia, you know, and know nothing about women. And then I had women just to come and do these things. They would give us rides to the show. They would buy you gifts. They knew when your birthday was. So every birthday you go to this town, you would get a gift from this lady. They would go home and they would cook for you. I guess the wildest story that I hear is a friend of mine. He just passed away. And we was in Arizona, and he was getting a blowjob from this girl. So he just happened to look down at her hand. He noticed that she had a wedding ring on. And so he said, well, hey, you pretty smart. You got rid of the guy and kept the ring. She said, no, I'm still married. She said, oh, you separated? No, we're not separated. He said, where your husband at? Oh, she said, oh, he's downstairs watching the kids.
Maybe that worked for their relationship.
He didn't know.
Oh, he didn't know.
No, he would have shot him if it happened. No, he didn't know.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, she was upstairs servicing, I'd almost say his name, servicing.
Someone who just passed away? Tony Adams?
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. All right.
No, it wasn't me.
Did we just lose a Tony in the business? Who did we just lose? A Tony in the... I don't know. All right, we'll figure it out. Jeff Smith, ever see Lanny Poffo blow himself?
Yes.
So that's true.
That's true.
That's outrageous.
I know.
He's very limber.
Yeah, and endowed.
And endowed. That always helps.
It took both things. Yeah, that helped a lot. Yeah, he hung like a horse.
Shep.
Mr. Tony Adams, we had a shoot fight one time, main event, at the Renton Fieldhouse. We fought for the undisputed, well, one of the ways out of the world. It was a street fight. You hit me in the head with a fisticuff, knocked me unconscious. We each paid $22 for that. Afterwards, though, we went to a Sizzler. And I want to know if you remember, did you hit on the wonderful, beautiful Bertha Faye?
Bertha Faye. Okay, did you go to Sizzler with him, first of all? You remember going to Sizzler with him?
Yes.
And did you ever try to get with Bertha Faye? There's a visual if you need.
No, I just wanted to walk on her.
Okay. Works for me. Okay, F, marry, kill. You know how this works? You got to F one, you got to marry one, you got to kill one. You have to. Gun to your head. Vicky Guerrero, Mae Young, or Kong. Sleep with one, marry one, kill one.
I sleep with Mae.
You'd sleep with
Mae
Young.
Yeah. Vicky. I gotta kill her?
You gotta marry or kill. And you're not doing it out of being malicious, you're being forced to kill someone.
Okay, Vicky kill.
And you'd marry Khan.
Yeah.
Very nice. You'd make a nice couple.
Khan is a sweet girl. And Mae is very sweet. Them are the two most sweetest ladies you ever want to meet.
Greg Pike has a similar one, F, marry, kill. Roseanne, Joyce DeWitt, and Missy Hyatt. Joyce DeWitt's from Three's Company, right? She was the girl with the black hair from the TV show Three's Company. What's that picture from? She arrested? That's a mugshot.
Well, the thing about Roseanne, I married Roseanne. Kill Missy High.
Okay, and sleep with that action right there.
Yeah.
All right, nothing wrong with that.